Boom.
Yep.
That's how you start a podcast. Frankie C is here. What up, big dog?
What's happening?
This is what's happening. King Charles is eerily acting like his weird pedo brother, Prince Andrew.
How so? We'll let you know.
Elon and his big Twitter problem. What the hell happened to Jessica Simpson? Plus, Johnny Depp is on the loose, and some dude had the vid for 411 days. That is painstaking. I know. I have Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls in my head, but I'm battling through it because this is the podcast. Don't go chasing.
Yeah, now it's in my head. Man, you suck.
Boy, is there a song that really didn't stand the test of time? That song was like, dude, you hear this when it came out? And now we're like, that song stinks.
I think you're the only one that looks at that song and goes, "What were we thinking?" I think that song still stands up.
Yeah? Oh, I don't think it. I think it's kind of a joke. Like when it came out, I was like, I'm not gonna chase waterfalls. I'm gonna stay level-headed. Now I'm like, but that was so stupid.
I don't think the waterfalls are running. You don't have to chase them. They ain't moving.
Don't go chase. It's not even a good hook.
It's a good hook.
Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. What does that even mean?
Shut the metaphors. Fuck up. I don't know.
Oh, I don't care for any of it. All right, King Charles, damn it. So we poked fun at Prince Andrew for this for a while. Actually, one thing I admire about King Charles and one thing I think is kind of weird and disgusting. But we poked fun of Prince Andrew for his obsession with teddy bears. Do you remember this?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
He has like 50 of them on his bed or something.
Yeah, and he had like it was somebody's job in the royal what do they call them? House workers, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
It was somebody, I'm a royal house worker. It was somebody's job to like make sure all the teddies were arranged, and he would always like throw fits and shit and all this crazy stuff. Well, according to an upcoming book, The King, The Life of Charles III.
I'd love to know. Well, I guess of course.
What was that?
No, I'm sorry. I would be interested to know if there was a specific way, like why were they arranged in a certain way? Like what's these are these kinds of bears and these have to stay. They don't get along with these bears. You know, it's like, what are you doing?
Don't put Teddy in front of Toddy. It doesn't go like that. That's what I picture. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So this new memoir, which has a bunch of stuff in it, is grabbing a bunch of headlines, says that according to insiders, Prince Charles would travel with his childhood teddy bear. Like
what the
in adulthood would like take his childhood teddy bear with him.
What are you doing? What is that? Do you imagine if a president of ours, no matter who it is, carried around their childhood teddy bear with them?
First of all, my teddy bear was the greatest. It's very friendly.
The greatest bears. This is proof we only have the greatest bears.
People tell me my teddy bear is delightful.
It's ridiculous. I don't understand.
Come on, man.
There aren't people.
It's my teddy bear. It's just want to be my teddy bear. You know, that's like the song.
I did not have sexual relations with that teddy bear. But I can't imagine. There has to be people around King Charles to be like, dude, enough. Leave the bear. It's fine. Nothing's going to happen to it. You want to lock it in a safe? That's great. We'll keep it next to the crown or whatever the hell you want to do with it. But you can't keep bringing it places. It's just too weird.
It's getting weird for all of us.
I mean, you know, we're all kind of in agreement here. It's enough.
All right, part 2 of this, which I actually think is genius.
I can't wait to hear this.
He would travel with his own custom toilet seat. There's 2 parts of that I'm really jealous about. 1, that he's bringing his own toilet seat, and 2, that it is custom.
I am loaded with questions. I have so many questions right now. I can't. I don't know which one to pick first. So many questions. One, where the hell is he going that he doesn't trust the toilet seats? Like he's not going to, a gas station. Number two. Haha. Question number two. Is it like in a briefcase and there's like a special person that handles it and they have to open it and like, because what if it's an emergency? They have to sit there and wait for him to attach it to a bowl. Does it clip on? Is it just a quick and it's in? Or do they have to like screw it in like a normal person? That's like question 3 and 4. Question 5. Is it different? Is it the same toilet seat every time he goes somewhere? Is it like he picked it out? Question 6. Did it come from like Home Depot or something? Or is it like custom made for him? Question 7. Where is it kept while he's at home? Like, is it put on his toilet? And then they just you can't leave without the toilet seat. Run back upstairs, go get the toilet seat. We'll wait. We'll hold the cars for you. Question 7.
You're up to 8.
Who cleans this thing? Does he clean? You think he wipes the rim if he gets a little on there?
No.
8. All right.
No, definitely not.
He just goes. I mean, again, if it's an emergency and he's just got to go. I mean, if he had like tacos and they're not sitting right, and he's got to run. I mean, is it a quick snap-on job?
Come on, Eleanor, put the seat down. I've got to go booty.
Right.
That's what I picture. These are all incredible questions, I think.
Is it like question 9? Is it padded? Or is it just a regular like porcelain or ceramic, whatever, plastic seat?
Good question.
Is it
we don't have
throne?
We don't have those padded toilet seats like we used to, I feel.
My grandparents had those and they were wonderful.
But can I just say everybody's grandparents had those, and like at some point they just kind of got phased out. I think it's because every one of them cracked and you would literally get a slice on the side of your ass.
That's true. I'll give you that. But I feel like, what we did? We abandoned the whole idea altogether. Instead of saying, well, maybe we can make this out of something else that won't slice your ass.
Right.
Let's just forget this whole thing. Maybe we can make, line it with cotton or something. Maybe it won't absorb liquid, but it won't crack either. Something nice.
Right.
No, we just went, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go back to the hard, stupid seats.
Yeah. Why did we abandon the cushiony toilet seats so fast?
I feel like we gave up on a winner.
Yeah, we started developing shirts that wick away moisture. I can't get enough of these people that want to tell me how much their clothing item wicks away moisture.
I don't even understand. What does that mean?
I don't even know. I have no idea what that means.
It wicks it away? It's a shirt. How is it wicking anything? I'm still sweaty. It's not like it's going like this, foo, and it's just wicking the moisture away.
I think it is. I think that's what they think it's doing.
It's going foo. It doesn't make any sense. It's wicking away. Nothing's wicking anything.
I just picture somebody sitting across me going, "Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh,
that's my moisture wicking shirt. I can't control when it wicks. It's just it has a mind of its own.
It's a wicking mind of its own. Yeah,
it's I don't get that whole thing. I think we got snowed on that one. We just all went, wicking.
Yeah, we're just like, I don't know, it wicks. Why is this $45 more? Oh, it's moisture wicking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wick. They made up. I don't think we ever used that term wick for moisture before shirts can't. They did.
Yeah.
We're just gonna wick the moisture out of this towel.
It's true.
No, what?
Did you wick your car after the car wash, or did you dry it with a towel? You dried it with a towel,
like a normal person. You dried it. Yeah. No one wicked anything before these shirts.
Did you wick your hair dry, or did you blow it dry? You blew it dry. You're right.
Right.
These wicking people are pulling the wool over our eyes. They're running the biggest scam.
I think if we asked those T-shirt makers, define the word wick for me, what would they say? I can't imagine an explanation for the how does the shirt wick moisture? What is it doing?
I'd like to get them. I'd like to pull those bastards aside and say, here's a one of them high-speed zoomy cameras. I'm going to keep it on this shirt, and you point out the moment that this moisture is being wicked away.
I'm sweating, right? You know, you're sitting there, you're sweating. Like
Yeah.
I have sweated in shirts that supposedly wick away moisture.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. What are we doing here?
It's like that. What was that Jack Black movie with Ben Stiller that was awful? The Pooh Be Gone. Remember he invents like the Pooh Be Gone.
I think that's all right. It may be an awful, but it's one of those movies. It's called Envy. It's one of those movies. It's so stupid. It's fun to watch.
And what was the thing? Like, didn't they like discover that the dog? It was the premise of the movie was Jack Black invented a spray that you spray on dog shit and it just disappears.
Yeah.
And then
where
what was
does the
it?
poop go?
Didn't they find out that the poop was piling up somewhere crazy or some shit?
It was causing like a chemical thing in the ground, and it was poisoning. It was poisoning the ground somehow.
Mm.
The chemicals or something like that. I don't know. That's an underrated movie. It was stupid. It had what's his name in it too? Christopher Walken. Where does the poop go? I hid this moisture wicking shirt in my ass.
Up his ass.
Up his ass.
That's where the moisture stayed for 3 years. Up his
For
ass.
3 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to get the wicking people on the soft toilet seat because when you think about it now, like how disgusting it was, because there was just like a spongy, absorbent thing under that,
covered in semi-hard plastic.
Yeah,
like a tablecloth. It was like those hard plastic tablecloths that are like they could stand up on their own if you want them to, but they're also a fabric.
Yes,
that's what it was. That's what it was wrapped in, and it would crack. And it was like fake leather, but like plastic leather. And then it would crack, and it would scratch your ass. And it's not good. But
Jase,
we need it.
Do you remember the cushion toilet seats?
Ugh. So gross. There was only one person I knew who had that, and that was my grandmother.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. That's everybody's grandparents had that. But what we were saying is that as a society, we gave up on the cushioned toilet seat way too soon. We tried one thing. We tried one fabric and one cushion.
Oh.
It didn't last. We kind of phased it out, and then all of a sudden we were like, we're not going to try anything else. Let's just go back to the hard toilets.
Yep.
Never in society have we given up on something so fast before, ever. It seems crazy to think about. Yeah. And it's not like we don't have people working on things. Do you know what I fucking bought off of Amazon the other day? I'm such a sucker for TikTok. The Chinese government owns me. They fucking there's this like cylinder thing that goes around your wrapping paper that will cut the wrapping paper.
Oh, I've seen that.
Have you seen
I almost bought one of those too.
It's crazy. It's like you roll your wrapping paper out that you want, and then you put this cylinder thing around the tube of wrapping paper, and it's got like a little blade in it, and you just slide it up the wrapping paper, and it cuts a straight line up the wrapping paper.
It's not bad. I have two theories on wrapping paper. One, I think it needs to be serrated, almost like paper towels have different, like small.
That's so stupid. That's the dumbest thing you've ever said. What's two?
All right, two is the rolls need to be thicker. The rolls are like, have like, they wrap around like 5 times, and then you're out of wrapping paper. I think
everything needs to be thicker.
I need a roll of wrapping paper like this thick, so I could wrap everything and be done with it in one roll.
Now this is brilliant.
No, I don't like that idea, and I'll tell you why. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there's no regulation on thickness of wrapping paper. There are times where I will buy a roll that's way too thick, and there are other times that you buy a roll and it has 5 sheets on it. And you're like, I don't understand what happened here.
It's never enough. You have a roll of wrapping paper. I mean, it's like this tall. It's like 4 feet tall, but you could wrap like 5 presents and you're done.
But the thick ones are hard to move around when you're actually wrapping presents.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's too much girth for me. Am I right, Janine?
Yeah, you make it like a roll of like paper towels. You make it this big.
Paul might be right.
It around a couple times and you're in. You're good.
Paul might be right. Fuck.
What did he say?
Jase, do you have a gift wrapping room like Candy Spelling? Kind of.
What?
Who
the hell is Candy Spelling?
I get very anal about my Christmas wrapping paper and also the accessories.
There's accessories?
Like bows and ribbons and stuff.
bows, ribbons, tags.
Right. Glitter.
I have
Are
to.
you a
I
glitter
have to.
person?
No, I have to write the tag in either red or green marker, and the
So if there's
scissor
no
has.
red or green, if there's no red or green in the house and you have a black magic marker, you're not going to use it?
No, I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
And I also the scissor. I have a green scissor too.
Do you have a special Christmas wrapping scissor?
I do.
Wow.
Does
And
it have that little
stays in there
plastic
all
thing
year.
on the end so you don't stab someone? All right.
Are you kidding
Frank,
me?
Don't you find that we've known Janine for how
Oh
long?
God, here we go.
20-something years, and we're always discovering new things about her.
Who knew you was such a rap fanatic, a rapping fanatic?
I disagree with what Frank said because I don't like to wrap all my stuff in just one paper. I usually wrap Christmas presents for each person by wrapping paper.
Okay, what about this? If it's a thicker roll and every 10 or 15 feet, it changes style.
That's
That's
too much of a gamble for me.
Yeah,
Too much of a
They're all
gamble.
listed. All the styles are listed on the cover.
they're listed on the cover.
You know, you bought on the wrapper, you know, and whatever they have all the different ones. They're all Christmas themed. One's
Oh, thanks, Robin.
snowflakes, one's bells, one's this and that.
Here's
And
my thing.
Every so often it changes.
I think that Christmas wrapping paper should wick away moisture because you don't want those gifts rotting.
Mm.
I understand that.
Thank
My
you.
uncle wraps in newspaper, and I think that's the best way to do it.
Narf.
Narf.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Whenever we
just-
got presents from him, it was the funnies too. He would use the funny
Yeah.
comics.
What does he do for a living?
Just has
What
fun.
doesn't he do?
Yeah. He just
Tell me
has
what he
fun.
does.
He's like Kramer. He doesn't do
He
anything.
that's exactly what I was going to say. I don't think he's got a job. He just has money all the
No,
time.
He
and
works, but he acts too. He does off Broadway stuff.
Mm.
But he works. He has a
Um,
steady job.
Has he ever shown his cock on screen?
Oh, good question.
Sorry, not that I'm aware of.
Does Narf wick away moisture? Go back to who's Candy Spelling because people
Is
are
that
making
Tori
fun of me
Spelling's
for
mom?
this.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Related to them
That's
somehow.
my best guess.
Holy shit!
Somebody said it's someone from Lifestyles and the Rich and the Famous. You remember that show with Robin Leach? Am
With
I right?
Robin Leach. That was something.
God. Now I'm very anal about Christmas stuff, and you know how I am about Christmas too.
Do you give out that many gifts that you need to change the style, or how many presents do you figure you wrap every year?
I just like to have. I like to have an assortment of paper, and depending on the person, I will pick out paper depending on the person.
Okay, this is absurd behavior.
Yeah.
Absurd behavior. Like, I can put this energy into my children for Santa Claus, but outside of that, like to purchase a wrapping paper for somebody seems like absurd behavior to me.
You've never been in a store and said, "Wow, you know what? That wrapping paper reminds me of someone."
Never
that's
in
a-
my life.
Yeah,
Or that's
I've
a
done
good
that.
wrap-
I've said that wrapping paper reminds me of Santa Claus.
Or
But
that wrapping
not-
paper looks like it would be for my brother.
No.
Does it have a bunch of dicks on it?
Me or my brother.
Bunch of glory holes on it. Glory hole wrapping paper would be good.
That would be good. Speaking of which, Uncle Glory Hole wraps the fuck out of gifts. Like his shit, like it's so funny because my aunt's one of those funny people that loves dainty things.
You're gonna say dick.
Like,
You
bet
too,
his
yeah.
Mike, right?
I've met his aunt.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Stop it, the both of you.
No, I don't know.
And
Not as much as his mom, but go ahead.
all right. She has a hard time opening up his gifts because they look so beautiful. They look like the gifts that are like in magazine shoots that like around the perfect Christmas tree, and they're like parchment paper with the perfect ribbon, it has the right glisten on it. It's just, I don't know. He spends My
Hello,
uncle,
he's gay. Hello.
he will spend like $50 on a gift and like $29.99 on the wrapping of
Yeah.
the
That's
gift.
insane.
I kid you not.
You could wrap mine in Bounty, and I'd be fine with that.
And I'm like this. Hey, put that $29.99 back into that Chili's gift card you wrapped up so nice. You know,
That's what
so
I'm
it can
talking
really
about.
make it work.
It's one of those things that I don't want to tear the paper. It's too nice.
As my aunt says every Christmas, that is exactly what my
What are you
aunt
gonna
says.
save? What are you gonna save the paper? What are you doing?
I
with
just got a
Dude.
notice that I called Frank, you, Mike.
it? You called me Mike. I didn't hear that on
Did
the
you?
air just now.
You didn't catch it.
Nobody
I
did.
did not catch it.
That's all right. You know what? It's okay. You're all the same person anyway.
Who told you that?
It's true.
Don't worry. I have people watching this show. Okay,
Oh, okay.
just so
Your
you
agent?
know.
Your agent
Listen,
called you.
listen. My same aunt will keep and has kept ribbon from my
That's
uncle's
not
Christmas
unusual.
gifts
Yes,
That's
for
not unusual.
years.
same here.
And I love
That's
her.
common.
And I'll be like, what do you do with it? She's like, I'll take it out. I'll look at it. She's like, I'll lay them all out on the bed and just see them. And I'm like, what is going
Does she have a fucking ribbon fetish? She fucking flicks her bean too.
Oh,
It's like, oh, the red sparkly one.
good lord!
on? She just likes dainty
That's
things, I think. I don't
surprisingly
know.
accurate.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Beth Cummings in the chat has a pretty great nickname for people who follow. I think it's pretty good.
Oh my God.
How did we not think
Wow.
of this? How did we not come up with this?
How did we not come up with that?
Also, that's a great last name.
Right?
Beth Cummings. It took a Beth Cummings to come up with AOA Holes.
I like it.
I think we have a new name here.
My
AOA
new
Holes.
T-shirt.
That's
Merch.
When you're a member, you become an AOA Hole member.
Jesus Christ. Like
Join for the glory of it.
6 years that name has been around, maybe even
Glory
more.
hole of it.
Nobody ever came up
hell?
with that before. That's brilliant.
Good job, Beth.
Way to go, Beth. Nice. I'm going to give you one of my uncle's wrapped boxes. It'll be empty, but it'll be beautifully wrapped.
There might be a padded toilet seat in it. We don't know.
That's true. I'm really angry that we don't have padded toilets. And everybody makes a big deal about those toilet seats that they lift up by themselves now. And there was like $1,000 toilets, but it's like, put a cushion on that motherfucker.
You know
Remember
what I
the ones-
saw
What?
that I haven't seen on a toilet ever? There is a light in the toilet bowl. Now, let me tell you why that's genius. If you have to wake up in the middle of the night
Turn
and
the
you
light
don't
on.
want to put a light on, it's fucking already lit for you. There you go. Boom.
No.
Is
I-
it
No.
a spotlight or is it like a little glowy for
It's a
the
little
middle?
blue glowy thing in the
Oh.
toilet.
Okay.
Isn't that
Eh.
good?
No, I could
See,
see that.
I have a what's it called? A little night light in the bathroom to just you don't have to turn
I
on the main light.
despise nightlights. That's another thing you probably didn't know about me. See?
No.
How
You
can
have
wrong with
someone
a nightlight?
despise a nightlight?
Because I hate any type of light while I'm sleeping.
No, it's not like in the room. It's in the bathroom. It's across the hall. It's not.
I
even-
know, but you could still see it. You can see
You
a
can't-
little dim.
It has to be pitch black for you to sleep.
Yes.
Hold on. Is that the lit shit toilet bowl or? Thanks, Paul.
I'm so psycho about it that I have literal black paper shades in my bedroom. That I've taped the sides down so no light comes in.
That's psychotic. That
And then I
from
also
the outside, it probably looks like a kill room.
and then also I have shades in there too. So
And there's no light coming from in the hallway or outside anywhere.
I no. I don't like light.
So what do you do if you get up in the middle of the night, or your husband gets up, or your roommate gets up and has to walk to the kitchen or something? Is there like he has to use his?
What?
Seriously, do you piss in buckets too, Howard Hughes? How does it all work? Explain it to us.
He takes out his lightsaber.
Very nice.
No. He'll go to the bathroom, which is right across the street, right across the hall from my bedroom. Turn the light, and then I'll wake up and bitch at him.
Yeah, but it's pitch black. How does he even not trip over shit and walk into a wall?
We know where we know.
You gotta have some kind of light coming from down the hall somewhere.
I
I'll tell you
hate
what.
light. Ugh.
One of the things that drives me crazy about my wife, she has a light next to her side of the bed, right? Like, and then the other light is like on the other side of the room in our bedroom. So she will fall asleep with her light on.
Oh.
And it's like right in her face. And I'm like, how do you sleep like that?
No. Frank, I also, the light is next to the door, but we use Alexa and we have smart switches. So if he has to turn on the light, if he needs to, he'll say, Alexa, turn on whatever. And then it'll turn on. Like, watch this. Alexa, turn off the basement lights. Spooky.
You
Okay,
barely
Alexa,
said it,
turn on
too.
the bed. Alexa, turn on the oh god.
Basement
Alexa, turn on
lights?
the basement lights.
Yeah, you're gonna want to try that again.
Alexa, turn on the basement lights.
Amazing.
Wow.
So
What a world we live in.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously he is a
Alexa,
IT guy.
turn off the basement lights.
I got the earphone, bitches. Oh, yours. You trying to no?
No, I'm trying to do mine. Didn't work.
Because he's obviously IT. He did this a few years ago, and I was like very against it. I was like, what the fuck? This is so annoying. But I'll tell you right now, when you jump into bed and you have the lights on a little bit, you're like, I ain't getting back up.
Mm.
And I'm like, can you get up and turn them off? And he's like, can you get up and turn? And I'm like, nope, you do it. And
Why
now
don't
we
you just wear a
say
sleep
it.
mask or something?
Ugh.
No sleep mask?
Ugh. I don't like anything on my body while I sleep,
For a long time.
especially my roommate.
When we first moved into this house, for a long time, we have these shades next to my, what's it called? Right next to the bed. And across the street was this light that in this person's driveway.
Oh,
And I would lie there and I would go and like these shades, you know how in the shades they have like a little crack in them or something?
yep.
The light would go across my eyes like Morticia. Like I'd just be laying there and I'd look to my left and just beaming right across my face. I'd have to shift my body in order to do it. Alexa, turn off my basement lights. Hey.
Oh.
Alexa, turn on my basement lights. All right.
So you did
His
get
wife
smart
just walked in the
switches.
room.
It's his wife. Fun.
Just as
No, husband is very into that. And
Well, look at
forget
Brian here. I keep screaming cancel because Jay Sam's just made my toaster oven turn on.
probably.
Yeah. That actually was a radio gag for a while where like the imaging voice would say, "Hey Siri, play, whatever."
Oh,
and people's phones would be going
screw
off.
with everybody.
Yeah, they get like the fucking credit for the stream or something.
Yeah, that lasted a couple of months.
Yeah. All right, I'm running a lot. The funniest thing I always think about is we went away. I forget where we were, but Frank had to room with one of our friends who needs like utter blackness and silence.
This was unbelievable.
Joe.
Joe.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I like to go to bed with the TV on. I can't watch TV.
Here's what happened. So we're sharing a room. We're in Atlantic City. We're sharing a room. He's in his bed. I'm in mine, and I like to watch TV while to go to sleep to TV. But I compromised. I like to watch TV while I go to sleep, but I compromised. I said, all right, I'll watch a little bit, and I'll turn it off. But he had the remote, and he likes it pitch black. I was like, come on, just put the TV on. You'll be out in 2 seconds. He put the TV on for like 15 minutes. Then he goes, I had enough of this. Shut the TV off. It was pitch black. He has the remote in his hand. He's sleeping. It's pitch black. I didn't fall asleep for 3 hours.
What?
He's out cold. I'm laying there like son of a bitch.
Now you need to have the TV on to fall asleep.
I don't need it on, but every now and then, I like to, tire myself. I just like to put on something I've seen just to like shut
Like-
it. Just
like
shuts
King
me
of
down a little
Queens.
bit. I don't. No, I usually
Seinfeld.
put on Seinfeld and fall asleep. Something I've seen a million times.
Didn't he also take the batteries out of a clock, or was that some other time with him?
That was. I think he did that. I think he did that with our friend.
With our friend Ray
our
the
other
cop.
friend Ray.
Yeah, he was like I didn't know what time it was because he got so crazy that the clock was just going tick tick tick, like a little clock.
he couldn't stand the ticking.
He fucking ripped the batteries out.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God.
It has to be like a tomb in there.
Yeah.
I can't with
See-
that.
No, I like a sound machine, but I like pitch black.
What about the Miami sound machine?
Good question.
Mm.
Rhythm is going to
So-
get you.
Do you have a TV in your bedroom?
Yes.
Eh?
No, I used to. I took it out.
You took it out.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
I don't know. It wasn't a.
I know why. I know why. Can I interject here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because when you were on top of your wife, her
we
head kept
go.
going like this to look at the TV instead of your face.
It was very hurtful.
Okay.
It was Sex in the City though, so I get it.
Okay. Right.
I don't get it.
Mr.
No, I don't know.
Big.
We had a huge TV, like a huge one. And then my parents wanted a TV for the spare room that I have here for when they come up and visit. So I just put that in there. And then they bought a shitty little TV. And they're like, we'll just use this thing. And I'm like, you can't this is like fucking, it's like a 12-inch TV. It's like nothing. And I was
12
like,
inches ain't nothing, honey. Go ahead.
they were like, it's fine, like they typically do. So I swapped the TV out, and then we had this little shitty TV, and I was like, nobody's gonna watch this. And actually now it's one of my other computer monitors. That's what it became.
Mm.
So that's it. So that's what. And then we never really replaced it.
You just have your laptop in there or something.
Yeah, it's weird because like I'll have like the iPad or something. So if there's ever that instance where we're gonna like throw the game on, I'm up here in the bedroom doing something or what, I don't know. We just never really have it. It's weird. Which is so odd because I grew up like Frank. Like I always had a TV in my room and always had it on and went to sleep with it.
100%.
Like that was a big thing. I remember, like growing up, wasn't that the big thing? Like there was that year that everybody had to get a stereo, and we all got fucking stereos with a
iOS.
6 CD changer. Yeah, the iOS stereo.
With the speakers that were exact same
What
size.
the
as
fuck
the
happened
stereo.
to Iowa? Where did those guys go?
They should have made TVs. There's no Iowa TVs, are there? I don't know.
Who names their company Iowa? Wasn't it like AIWAI or
Yep.
some weird shit like that?
AIWA, I think.
What year was that everybody got a stereo? Isn't that weird?
It was the
1999.
90s. I remember before that, my mom had this. We had, the entertainment center in the living room at the TV, and then the whole left side of the entertainment center was the radio.
Yep.
It was the turntable, the CDs, the tape deck, the radio. It was like 4 or 5 levels, and each one was the size of a like this big.
Yep.
And they were all connected, and we had the speakers that were like 4 feet tall on each side. I was like, wow. But to be honest, I wish I had something like that. I don't have it. They don't make good stereos for the house anymore. It's not, you can't get something that's like that. And
Yeah, but you have Alexa now running through the whole house and
I don't have Alexa.
all that shit.
Well, you could do it again what my husband does, which is open up the walls and just put speakers in there.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then just use a receiver.
That's
so you
true.
can play music right now
I
in
could.
any room in your house.
Not every room, but he didn't want to open up all those walls, but in the living room we have speakers in the walls. And actually down here, well, can you see? There's a speaker right behind me there. On each side of the walls. You can see them all.
I miss the days where like the speakers were a part of the furniture. Like you could rest your drink on top of the speaker.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy? We all threw away our parents' speakers and everything like that. Now you look at those things and they go for like $700 a piece because they're
Do
like
they really?
so fucking good. Yeah. You
Yeah.
look at those
Great
old
back in the day.
like 80s with the orange screen on like those kind of old
Oh,
school
the
fucking
screens.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
They're
Mm.
expensive in
Those
stores.
giant cabinets.
Yeah, those huge cabinets. Did you in that and Tim, did the bottom of it slide out, which and have all the slots for the CDs in it? Because that's what we had.
No, we had the rack next to it, like the
Ah,
all standing there
oh,
next to
that
the
thing. Doesn't your brother still have the CD or DVD rack in his house?
Yes, he does because I saw it there when we went for something.
Who's house?
It's so embarrassing.
You know what I wanted to do? I
Yeah.
wanted to open some of them up and then just put the wrong CDs.
Wait,
That's
whose
hysterical.
house?
Your brother's house.
Oh, my brother. Yeah, he's a DVD. He's big into DVDs.
I never gave him back his Super Trooper DVD. Won't let me live it down. 14 fucking years later,
He wants it back. You're not
Yeah.
watching it.
he's still killing
What are
me
you
for
doing
it.
with it?
It's in a fucking. It's
He
You know
uses
what?
them.
It's in
I'm
a
doing that
landfill
next
somewhere.
time. Next time I'm there, I'm gonna swap some out, and when he goes to see, I don't know, Simpsons season 4, he's gonna be like, "What? Why is Independence Day in here, Dick?"
You know what's so funny about that? So I forget we were in Target or something. And my wife and we saw the entire collection of The Office,
Mm.
which, by the way, we had at one point and then subsequently threw it away because it was on Netflix. And what the hell do we ever need it for? Then it leaves Netflix. And so we passed it in Target. And I think it was like $39.99 or something for the entire collection of The Office. And we have been saying nonstop how we just miss watching The Office. We miss being able to put it on. And here it was for $40. And I looked at it and I was like, I can't be getting up and putting in a CD. Like I just can't. I can't.
That's the thing. It's a whole process of I gotta make the decision.
Yeah,
of
it
what-
is.
Because when you watch something streaming or whatever, you have an instant. You can make an instant decision to change it. You're
Yeah.
like nope, and it's gone, or yep, and it's back. So instead of getting up, because when you get up, that's it. That's your night. You're taking the DVD out. You're putting it in
Right.
the thing, and you got the extra different remote now, and you're switching inputs. It's a whole process.
We have never ignored our topics more than we have on this episode.
Well, it's King Charles, so I was like, I hope they don't talk about King Charles.
We started talking about King Charles, but
Yeah, here's what I want to know now that you're talking about this. Have you ever used the feature on, I think Netflix might be the only one that has this, where it's like that Google I'm feeling lucky, where it's just like you just randomly they
No,
just randomly
definitely
pick
not.
something for you?
Husband, I mean, roommate has done that.
He has? I've never done that in my life.
Yep.
Was
I
he
don't have
happy with
confidence.
what came out?
I believe it was a movie, and we were like, "Oh, we actually did like that." So, see, I'll be honest, it's usually correct. Like, you know how it's like, you know, percentage, like, you know, matches up to you.
Mm.
It's usually correct.
I don't want to do that because if I hate it, it's going to be in my continue watching list, and it's going to be sitting there staring at me forever
Yeah.
That's what we said.
until I finish watching it.
That's why I hate letting my kid watch YouTube on my YouTube account because I'm like, now I'm going to get a whole bunch of fucking Minecraft shit suggested to me all the time. I can't have
Right.
it.
Or Jersey Turnpike tutorials. What?
What?
What is that?
My kids' dances when they do that. It's the Jersey Turnpike dance.
Oh, is that a dance?
That's a dance move?
That's hysterical.
You've never seen Jersey Shore?
Yes.
That's a dance that Snooki, I think Snooki made up or
Uh,
coined the phrase, whatever. Anyway, that was a joke because of 3 and 4, but
Is it
poof,
as stupid
flew
as
over
it
your
sounds?
head. Yes.
have you
As it sounds okay.
how much shit do you have in your my list that you've never ever watched and probably never will?
I don't really make a list. I don't do my list.
You don't like do the like I'm gonna watch this later, put that on my list thing on Netflix?
No, I don't really
If it's
do
on
that.
my list, it's there by accident.
I have like 2 or 3 in there because I actually watch shows. I don't just stay on podcast. Oh, never mind.
Dude, I think I forget. I think Lilyhammer was like the first show Netflix ever made with little Steven Van Zandt. It was the first thing
What
he
the fuck are you even talking about right now?
Little Steven Van Zandt, the guy from the Bruce Springsteen show
Oh,
band. He
yeah.
was Silvio on
Sopranos.
Sopranos. It was his first show after the Sopranos. He did Lilyhammer. Everybody was like, "Oh, look, he did like a thing." I put that on the Netflix list. I still have not watched it. I think it's been like 12 years or something crazy.
That's really funny.
Yeah, and it's still fucking on there.
Yeah, I don't put anything on those. If I'm either gonna watch it or I don't know if I'm blanking out, but I'm gonna watch
You're not
it or I'm
blanking
not.
out, by the way.
Oh, okay. My picture is, and your
It's probably
audio
just
is
coming
too.
into you. Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay. I can't do my list because there's like 3 things that I'm waiting to watch, and I'm gonna remember them. I'm not gonna put them on the list. If it's on
Three
if it's on
things?
my list, what am I itching to watch? What are you itching to watch?
I'm going to my list right now because I'm curious to see what's on here. Oh, here's the other thing too. I don't fucking take shit off. Okay, here, I wasn't lying. Here's my list. There it is right there.
Oh my
Lilyhammer.
god.
Right there. There's Lilyhammer.
Lilyhammer.
What else do I
Look.
have? I have a Louis C.K. special, House of Cards, The Irishman.
You haven't watched Orange is the New Black all the way through?
No, I fell out of that show. I haven't watched it. Legend.
I can't believe I have to finish it. Like
There are shows I fell out of that I just like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's when I fell out of that one.
there are so many good shows right now.
What?
Out.
There's too many shows. Like I've given up hope. Like I would always be like, "Oh, I'll catch that show. I'll watch that show." We'll never watch the. There's just too many shows. Now
They're not
there's-
all good though. That I would be fine if they were all good. Like, I'm a big Star Wars guy. You know that. There's a show on Disney Plus now. It's called Andor, and it's about It's about one of the guys in the rebellion. You know, in the original before the original movie. So I'm watching it, and it's just so boring. I'm like, I love Star Wars, and I'm sitting here going, nothing's happening for 4 episodes, and they're like almost an hour each one. And I'm watching it, and it's just dragging. I'm like, all right, even for me, a Star Wars guy, I'm like, this is terrible. But I
surprised.
go online, and I'm looking at all these reviews, and everybody's like, best thing ever, best Star Wars show ever, best this. I'm like, this can't be real. These reviews cannot be real. Because then you go digging, and you see people like, this is boring, this is slow.
You
But
should
immediately-
watch. You should go back and watch Sex in the City because I think your taste buds have changed.
I think so too.
I'm not.
I am kind of psychotic with it because what I'll do is, and Frank's wife knows I do this, I will sample a TV show. So that means I'll like watch the first episode and then decide if me and the roommate should watch it or not.
Okay, can I say something to you? Why don't you make that a part of the podcast?
What do you mean?
Or like you could write 4 sentences of a blog about that and put it out on this. Like that I think people would find so interesting.
Ooh, okay.
What, like the review of the first episode?
I would love to hear people in the live chat on live comments if you would like, because I am dying to find somebody who can curate these shows for me, who could say, skip that, it's dog shit. Definitely look at this one. Or so I would love to know if you.
It's flawed because sometimes the first episode is not a good. It's all set up in the first episode.
I agree, but I think people trust her instinct on things, and it's at least it's something, And I think also these shows nowadays, you can't do that. We'll build and we'll get you on the 4th episode. I don't think people make shows like that anymore, especially not our shows.
For instance, my husband, I watched the first episode of The Midnight Club, and my husband saw the preview of it on Netflix, and he's like, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch the first episode and see. So I watched the first one. I'm like, you're gonna like it. He's like, I don't think so. I don't think that's for me. He was very into it. So see, I know what I'm talking about. I know what you like. Okay, I know what you like.
I think a lot of people would be like, Jase suggest. What was that fucking thing in Seinfeld? Glenn's picks or something?
Oh yeah, I
Jase
do know that.
picks.
How about that? But we do watch a lot of shows, and we get through a lot of things. And You've asked me, have you watched this? Have you watched this? And I'm like, yes, 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 yes.
I know.
Everything. Pretty much. Even now, I cannot wait to finish the series that I'm on because I know which one I'm going to watch next. So
Gene's
What are you watching
picks.
next?
Robin got it. Why don't you do Gene's picks? J Sabs.
because I'm not Gene.
J-Sabs.
You could do J Sabs Gene picks.
Yeah, that's true.
I think people would love it. I think people would be reading it, sharing it. I think you should.
Wait, Paul's asking all the movies. How do you pick a good one? Because I read reviews of movies and see what people. I'm on a lot of Facebook pages, like Facebook, Netflix horror movies, and people will say what to watch. Like you
Yeah,
have to
but I
watch
feel-
this one.
See, I
That's
follow
a-
a couple of guys on TikTok that are like, here's everything that's coming out in November. And I love these guys because I'm like, fuck, now I can see what is intriguing to me and what's not. But then I never
Yeah, but
wind up
how- does
watching
it-
any of it.
Do
Yeah.
you ever get steered wrong though, J-Sabs? I mean, that you watch these people tell you, "Oh, you got to watch this," and you watch it, and you're like, "This is stupid."
No,
You're always they're always right. You're always like everything they suggest.
pretty much. Pretty much.
Kathy's in. I would love it.
Wait, Bird, I watched the show because of J Sabs. I forget what it was, but watched Under Her Threat. I mean, suggestion. Was it the show with the girl with she was from
Oh, that's true. You also ask my wife a lot what she's watching.
yeah. We go back and forth with that.
That's true.
What's her name? The girl from American Pie with the red hair. You watched that show too, Frank.
Yeah, she's had a resurgence lately. I know who you're talking about.
What show is she on?
It was a show where
How I Met
She
Your
just-
Mother?
it just kept coming back. She just kept coming back.
Will you stop it? How I Met
Oh,
Your
I don't-
Mother.
That's the show she was on.
Wait,
That's the
was
only
it
one I knew
Allison
from her.
Hannigan or Natasha Leone?
Natasha Leone.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I watched the first season of that, and then I couldn't
Russian
take it
Doll.
anymore.
Thank you, Erin.
Russian Doll. Oh, Millhouse weighing in the
Where is
chat.
he?
Watch The Boys on Prime.
And that's the other. Are you just Netflix, JSAMs, or do you do Prime and Hulu?
I do all of them.
Holy shit.
Man,
Hulu actually has a lot that you would not think of.
I like Hulu. I like Hulu, HBO. The only thing, we got all these things, and then we're missing like one, and then all of a sudden, all these things come out, and I'm like, now I got to sign up for this stupid
Yeah, no.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
Peacock.
God, Peacock, right?
I tell you
That's
what,
the
though,
one.
Hulu. I've been in the mood to watch a couple of movies, and then I went through Hulu the other day, and then had like all of them. Like they have like
Yeah.
Father of the Bride, and like
Oh,
all
yeah, they
these
got
like
a lot of old school stuff.
classic, like just great movies. They fucking have I'm becoming a big fan of Hulu.
I've
Did
always liked
you
Hulu.
see Frank? Did you see the Black Phone?
No, we are gonna watch it probably maybe over this weekend.
It's
We
good.
haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I've
It's
heard
good.
a lot of people saying that one's a good one. I'm giving that a shot.
I gotta say, Netflix it blows. Mike says, I'm kind of getting to that point where they are falling farther and farther down the list for me.
I'm not a big fan of Netflix either.
They were great when it was like
the right stuff. I know what I'm saying.
when it was
It's like
like
one good one for every 50 bad ones. It's like
yeah, but they have Stranger Things, isn't that Netflix?
Mhm.
one good
You
one.
both
and then
love
there's
that.
and then there's
Yeah.
100 bad things you gotta sift through. It's like, what am I paying for?
Yeah, at one point they had like so many great things, and now it's just kind of like, I find myself going to the other services a little bit more.
Yeah, I rarely watch. I only watch Netflix now because it has Seinfeld. That's the only thing it has on it that I like.
Hold on. I'm gonna see what's in my queue. I
which
have a
is
queue
great
in my
'cause all
head.
Commercial free.
You have a queue in your head.
I do not my list on here, because the more information you give the government, you know what they do with that,
Mm.
What do they do with it? Like give a
Um,
shit who's watching what?
right? Okay, so I'm currently watching The Watcher.
That's Netflix. Is that everybody's talking about that? Is that good?
Very good.
Okay.
The Sinner.
White Lotus was good.
I watched White Lotus too.
Was that? I don't know if that was Netflix. I think that's HBO.
HBO, I think.
See, I saw
Um,
Black Lotus. It was a little dark.
Jerk.
Michael Campanella. I wonder if he's related to Frank. I watch Perfect Strangers on Hulu.
Only
Let
a
me tell you
loser does
something
that.
about this.
Yeah, only a
Perfect
loser.
Strangers is a good show. But
Stop
one
it.
time, the roommate.
Classic.
Hold on, I'm gonna take this out. The roommate bought me season 1 for Valentine's Day one year.
That's
Oh,
romantic.
Perfect Strangers. That's romantic. No, it's not. Why
I
did he
know.
do that?
It was sarcastic.
I have no. Yeah, it was sarcastic, but I was like, okay, where's my ring?
Where's my ring? Wait, this was pre-engagement.
No, it was after. It was after.
Maybe it was a message. I would like to become perfect strangers.
Maybe. Michael, he's a genius.
That ring was for you. Perfect Strangers was for him. That's
Right.
what that was. All right, give me the run. Like what's on your queue? What are you watching this weekend? What are you getting to Saturday night in the J Sab's house? What's hitting the screen?
So we're currently on season 1, episode 6 of The Watcher. The Sinner, season 4. I sampled the first episode last night, and it's gonna be good. From Scratch might be for myself because it's supposed to be very sad. So I don't know if I really want to cry in front of him. Luckiest Girl Alive is also, it's a movie that's on
That
my
was good.
list. You saw it?
I did see it.
Oh, that's right. You did see it.
That was a good one.
I kind of wanted to see a limited series, but it's called Boo Bitch, and it's on
Boo bitch.
Yeah, it's like a funny, like a horror spoof. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe.
There's a show. I think I've recommended it before, but it's called Great News. It's on Netflix.
Yes.
Such a good show. It's hysterical. Watch that. It's only 2 seasons, but they should bring it back because it was great.
See, I can't get into a show for 2 seasons.
What?
Ah,
What?
2 seasons and you're done.
Oh, also The Good Nurse is on my list. But I think what we're gonna watch after The Watcher definitely is we'll start it. American Horror Story, the new season.
Is that a streaming thing? I thought that was on like cable.
It is, but you could stream it from Hulu
Like before it comes out, or like as it's coming out.
as it's coming out.
Probably as they do. Usually it's up the next day, I think.
Gotta tell you something. I haven't been excited about a show since The Bear. That's the last time I got excited about a show.
The Bear.
I like that show.
You watched it too?
Of course.
I watched it. It was okay, but there was one episode that was really good, and then the rest
Yes.
of it was like annoying, a little annoying.
He could get it.
Oh my god, the fucking sweaty guy, really?
Oh, God, he's so hot.
The sweaty, disheveled guy.
I love him. You know what it is? I love him from Shameless. So there you go.
I never saw Shameless.
Ugh. That's a good show.
Never saw it either.
Oh my God, you're missing out.
All right, are you gonna do this first episode review thing, Janine? I'm gonna hound you about it. I think it's a great idea.
Sure, if I don't have any demons screaming in the background.
But you're fucking doing it anyway. That's what's correct. I don't know how you people find the time.
Speaking of, I gotta leave in 10 minutes.
Just gotta go stream something.
Because she only does this for half the time.
Right.
That's how she
That's
finds the
how
time.
that's how I get it done. Thanks, Mike. See ya. Hold your mic. No.
Cute.
All right. I don't even know what else we had on here.
What are the other things?
It was Elon and Twitter. Elon fucking laid everybody off at Twitter.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yo,
The thing is, though, that's what everybody does when they buy a company. They lay off the old people. I don't mean like old age. I mean like,
But like he's been there for 10 minutes. You didn't even evaluate. I feel like you have to be there a little bit to figure, all right, all these people need to go. No, all right.
But
it happens.
are you ready for this? The company is on track to lose $700 million in 2023.
Oof.
Yeah. But here's what sucks about it. He financed the deal. So even though he's got, I don't even know how many hundreds of billions of dollars, and he paid $44 billion for it, he financed it up against Twitter. So Twitter has to pay like $1.3 billion next year to pay off the
That doesn't-
company.
Is that not a good move?
I mean, that's what business people do, right? They just never use their own money. I mean, I understand that from a business standpoint. I don't understand it when you have 200 billion, when you can't physically spend all the money you have. Just use your own money.
He's not going to make any money off of this, I don't think. Right? I feel like, is this going to make him any more money? Probably
I don't
not.
know. Well, I don't know. That's why he's charging that $8 a month, though, because he's like this. It's gotta. Twitter has never, even with their ads, they've never been able to really generate revenue like the other sites have. So he's got to figure that out. But that's why he's cutting everybody and oh my God, this one woman's like, I'm 7 months pregnant. How could you lay me off? And it's like, what are you going to do? You're fucking late. You know, there's layoffs. What are you going to do? Nobody's like, oh, don't fucking lay off the 7-month pregnant girl. You know,
He's not playing the good guy. That's all I know. He's not going in there saying, we're going to take care of everybody. We're going to make this company, you know, into something that everybody can love. He's going in there like a dick saying, all right, now we're charging people and now we're going to lay off half the company. I mean, he hasn't done one good thing yet.
Yeah, but at the same token, like, you know, Twitter, everybody was working from home on Twitter. They had like, I heard something where they had like rest days, like every month they would get like a rest day.
You want to change the company's business model? Go for it. But just go, fuck it. 1,500 people are gone. That's, you know.
He's got to do something different. He feels like it was dying the other way.
You could do something different, but that, I don't know.
Did you see Jessica Simpson in the Pottery Barn thing? I saw this on TikTok, so I don't know where it originated from, but the fucking person who did it on TikTok was like, that's not Jessica Simpson. That's the fucking Crypt Keeper.
Oh, no.
Yo, I know
Last
she
I
lost
saw
a
her,
lot
she
of
didn't
weight.
look bad, but what is...
Go ahead, Janine. You were about to say it. She looked terrible.
She did look really bad.
At first, if you don't look at it
Can we show?
close enough, she looks okay. It looks like, oh, okay. But when you look at her close, like her face is like, it looks like the Crypt Keeper. She looks like emaciated.
Can we show her or no? We can't show her.
She lost a lot of weight. I don't know. She just, her face looks.
It looks awful. Like surgery, like
no,
you know,
I wouldn't say that.
She's
just too skinny,
looks drawn and too
yeah.
Too
like
thin.
she's not eating. And didn't she struggle with food? Like, didn't she have like a whole
Oh yeah,
well, that's sad then.
weight thing?
That's not good.
Yeah, but I mean, when it goes the other way so much, somebody's got to fucking give her a goddamn cheeseburger because she's gonna fucking and then she's in there with her face melting, and she's like, "Oh, look at my Pottery Barn bedroom," and everybody's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like nobody saw any of the bedroom. Yeah,
fucked up. But hey, I hope she's all right.
She looks scary as fuck. Good news for Sabs. Johnny Depp is back on the loose, baby.
Hey.
Drop that new lawyer that he had, that fucking Camille lookalike, Joel Rich. Supposedly they're done already.
That was quick.
Good. Now he can come on to me.
I think he got rid of his facial hair, and she was like, "No."
That's what I think. I think she ended it.
Yeah.
You look like my grandmother now, so no.
I think she said, "You look like my grandmother's old cushioned toilet seat." Now I can't fucking be a part of this.
Let me sit on it. Oh,
just don't cut my ass.
By the way, we talked about that. Remember, Kanye hired Camille, his lawyer.
Right.
Did we talk about that? She left like a day later.
No.
She bailed right around all the anti-Semitic stuff. So
yeah, good move.
Who knows? Maybe she comes back with Johnny. I think we'd all love to. Are they not America's sweethearts? Are we not all rooting for these two to get together?
They were, but then all of a sudden we were all like, who gives a shit?
All right, last thing I had too, which is I don't even know if this is interesting. I found it kind of interesting. So some dude had the vid for 411 days.
That seems like a long time.
Yeah,
Is
they're
that
saying
is this accurate?
it's the longest one documented. He got it in December of 2020, and he regularly tested positive until January of this year for a grand total of 411 days.
That's crazy. But they
Holy
did say like
shit.
some people will test positive for up to 90 days, not 411, but again, they don't know.
411.
So
Yeah, and they said that his doctors said that they believe he was infected the entire time, the entire
oh, shit.
13-month period.
Dude, there has to be a reason for there's the same infection, like the same strain. He didn't lose it and then get it again. He was infected consistently throughout.
You ready for this? According to Luke Snell, who's a researcher, the only person who had it longer was 505 days, but they're dead.
Dude.
Mm.
Ah, that's not a record you want to beat.
So this guy survived. Yeah.
Good for him though. So he's done. He's done with it.
Am I the only one who thinks? Yeah, and he's gotten rid of it. Am I the only one who has these weird? Maybe I'm watching too much Marvel Universe movies.
Oh
Like,
god.
remember in the spoiler alert? Remember in the Marvel movies? I forget which one it is, but like half the population disappears. They just start vanishing.
Thanks. Thanks.
Sorry. Am I the only one who has this like sneaking suspicion that it will never go away? I will feel this way for the next 25 years. That people who had, not everybody who had the vid, but certain people who had the vid, something terrible will happen all around the same time to them.
I do think that, but with the vaccine.
Okay, either way. But like it'll be like a weird thing where like 8 years later, like all of a sudden everybody is dropping dead and nobody can figure out why, and then people are going to be like, "Holy shit, it was this."
Because the vid has been hibernating
Yes.
and it just comes back and just like sucker punches everyone.
Mm-hmm. Like, what if that's part? Like, I can't get it out of my mind that what if that's part of it? Like, this disease you get sick for a week, then it goes away for 6.5 years, and then you drop dead of it.
Or you don't drop dead of it, but your penis decreases in size 2 inches. You'd probably rather drop dead, right?
I'm doing that on
The
my
both
own.
of you, you're like, no, what's gonna happen then? No, I'm just kidding, guys.
I'm doing that on my own, Janine, just by eating
Right.
myself to death. But yeah,
No, I don't think there's any disease that's like that. Then again, I don't know, but yeah, we just got to keep it under control. That's the whole thing. Keep up with it.
yeah, but not even that. I'm just talking about, wouldn't it be something if this was like this? You can't control that.
Ooh,
Guess
what?
not. I'm sure they could tell if I could tell if it happened. I'm sure they could tell if something like that would happen.
I mean, what if Janine is right? What if every guy who had it suddenly just lost their penis? Be like, my penis is gone. It's COVID, dick.
That'd be weird.
I don't even know what I would do, let alone you guys.
I don't know what I'd do either. I mean,
Be a run on a dildo inflation is what it would be. I saw some crazy thing today that like 63% of Americans would be in favor of like an inflation relief check, and I'm like, that's how we got into this in the first place. Why would you do that?
Right. Well, you know what's funny? Paige brings up a good point. 40 years ago, we had less cancer and autoimmune issues. My kids both got birth defects from tainted water on naval bases. Really?
Well, so see, you know what's interesting about this? Remember when everybody got on Jenny McCarthy for being an anti-vaxxer? Not COVID. She was before for all the regular things that everybody gets. I always felt like, even though I didn't think it was that or whatever it was, but I always felt like it is something, because when you look at these cancer rates and shit, I mean, something is going on here. And the shit they're putting in food, we're all walking around with fucking cell phones attached to our heads and earbuds.
Well, the
all that
cancer
shit.
thing, yeah, because I said I feel like people getting cancer kind of went away for a few. It didn't go away, but I didn't hear about it so much that I did in the last year from so many people in my family, just in my family alone, which is crazy. It was my father, his brother, my mom's best friend, my mom's 2 cousins. all diagnosed within 3 months of each other. So all different cancers too.
All different now let me ask you the question though. Are they of the age where cancer is a big risk?
I mean, I don't. Everything that they've gotten, it's not like hereditary cancer either.
There's a lot of it just
That's
sometimes
interesting.
it's just out of nowhere. You just have it.
Right.
Did you guys see
it's
this
caused by
thing?
stuff, but still.
I don't think we talked about it, but did you see this blood thing that was popped one day? I haven't heard about it since. Where what was it called? Drop Dead. Somebody help me in the chat, live chat. But this guy did like a documentary. It's one of these YouTube documentaries. I don't know if you know, but basically he was finding something in people's blood. It was suddenly dead, or what the fuck was it called? It was basically like he started Googling like suddenly drop dead or whatever it was. And then he found that there was just this rash of young people just dropping dead, like completely just boom. And I don't know if it was a vax thing or a COVID thing. I forget. I don't know if it's related to that necessarily. I forget. But he basically then started going around the country and he filmed it. I don't know if it's total bullshit or not. I haven't read up on it, but it was trending the other day. And I just found it interesting because there is a lot of young people, like people our age, 30s, 40s, that are just like, oh, did you hear so-and-so's dead? And you're like, what the fuck happened?
I feel
3 people that I know just like that, just happened like that within the last 6 months.
I feel like I hate to be whatever, but I feel like that's somewhat normal. I feel like even when we were growing up, our parents, this person would drop dead.
Well, but that's what I think about. Like, is this a weird thing that's happening, or are we just getting to the age where, guess what, people fucking drop dead?
Age.
Thank you, Anthony.
It just
too much streaming shows.
I think it just happens. It's not,
Christine, you don't get cancer from getting old. Yeah, but like, what's that ass cancer? You got to get when she gets to a certain age, you got to start.
Actually, no. And actually, I forgot about that. You just said that ass cancer,
prostate cancer, ass cancer, breast cancer. Isn't breast cancer even a higher risk as you get older or go through menopause or whatever?
I feel like higher. Yeah,
no,
higher
Anthony, stop making stuff up about women before I slap you in your face. A girl I worked with, 23 years old, had breast cancer. It was not in her family. So that's one thing.
Sometimes it just happens. It could just hit
right.
like that.
And my friend's, I just forgot about this too. My friend's brother, 41, colon cancer. And again, diagnosed within 3 months of all the other people. So I will come out and say this, and I've said this before. I do believe that there is a cure for cancer, that it just makes so much money that there's no way they can just cure it. I truly do think that. I do.
I stay up at night thinking about that sometimes. Like, because when you think about the amount of
Frank's like, I want to have hope in people.
Yeah, no, because it's weird because I feel like so many people are affected by cancer that that wouldn't be able to be kept under wraps on one hand.
I say it wouldn't be able to keep, like if scientists discovered the cure for cancer, I feel like it would get out in some way. One person would leak it. Nobody could keep a secret on anything in this freaking country. I feel like it would be like, gee, yeah, this is and it would get out.
I don't know.
What if it wasn't in this country? What if it was in China? They kept that shit secret
in the world.
For a long time.
The whole. I feel like it would be somehow it would get leaked, and everybody would hear about it, or something would happen, and something like that. If you found let's say if it was, you can't go by me 'cause I'm not a scientist, but if I found it, I'd be like, holy shit, I'd be like, right. Guys, I found it. Here it is. But wouldn't you be the first person to? I don't know. Working on it, why would you work on it then? If that's,
I don't know. Are they truly working on it?
Yeah, and I've never watched the movie, but it's always one of those things where, like, my dad said this to me once, like 30-something years ago, and it's stuck in my head, that somebody made a movie where they found a cure for all the diseases, and then the world became overpopulated and we couldn't sustain ourselves. Mm-hmm. And so I always think about that too, because it's like, well, what if then nobody starts dying? And then what?
I know.
No, but I feel
Well,
like you don't have to cure. Just cure cancer's a fuck. You cure the big ones.
right.
Like that's like a torturous thing. Does it have to be that? It's such a all the different types of cancer. It's a motherfucker is what it is. So can we at
Yep.
least get rid of the torturous ones, the torturous diseases?
Ray says you can cure cancer with vitamin C and peroxide.
Okay.
So I can't believe we've been sitting on that for so long.
What do you do
Darn
with the
it.
peroxide? You drink the peroxide.
I thought of someone else. See,
Oh.
my friend who passed away last year. Remember that girl who was very young, was 35 years old, had that very rare form of cancer, and again, it didn't run in her family. There's no like known factors for it, so, and she got it. So, actually, contrary to what you and Christine said, they told her she's too old to get this type of cancer, because usually kids will get this type. So that's why they couldn't believe that she had it, because they're like, oh, you're too old for this. So
Misfit Madness says there is a cure for cancer. It's called dostarlimab. Does that mean something backwards? Hold on. Bamilratsode. Okay, no.
Ratsode. No.
Just checking.
Mad Libs? No, it's not Mad Libs.
I don't know.
Look up those dogs. Ray says soak peroxide through the skin, Frank. Okay.
I don't know.
Whatever
about
works,
that.
I'm all for it.
I mean, I guess we could try it, but I'm sure somebody's on it. Somebody we know
looked into that.
Somebody we know who just does nothing but eat McRibs. His wife is genius, and she's been trying to cure cancer for years. And I fucking think she's gonna get there. I don't know if she's gonna get there
I
anytime
hope
soon,
so.
but
That would be great.
yeah, she's trying to figure out how to, because it was something we don't know how to fuck with the cell is the problem.
Mm.
And cancer is just cells. So her approach is not so much curing cancer, but let's figure out how to fuck with the cell, and then we can get the cancer cells out of it.
Do I know this person?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's a radio guy.
Isn't it like it's your own cells that turn against you, basically, right?
Kind of, yeah. This was, I think, even trending the other day on Twitter. Who is the celebrity death that fucked you up the most?
Robin
I know
Williams
who.
was a big one.
Who?
Robin Williams.
That's a
That
good
was a
one.
big one. That was out
That
of
fucked me
nowhere.
up a little bit.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze?
I
You were devastated by that?
He was
can't even
on
talk
his
about it
way
right
out for a
now.
while. It wasn't very sudden. He was on his way out. That's true.
But he was sick,
Heath
right?
Ledger.
He was frail. He was very
He was.
Jessica
Yeah, he was-
Simpson-ish before he died.
Also, Luke
Heath
Perry.
Ledger was Luke Perry. That was out of nowhere too.
Heath Ledger. I remember where I was when I found that out.
When Heath Ledger died?
Yep. I was in my old apartment and it came on TMZ, and I remember I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I don't know why, but it was really sad, right?
Yeah, that was terrible. Whitney Houston. That was a big one out of nowhere too.
Michael Jackson. A lot of people say they all kind of remember
yeah,
where
that
they
one
were
too.
with Michael Jackson. Michael
Whitney
Jackson was a
Houston.
big
Michael
one.
Jackson. I remember that. Yeah, I remember where I was with that one, and with Robin Williams. Erin's was Heath Ledger. That was a big one for her.
Wow, I can't believe how big Heath Ledger was. I didn't feel Heath Ledger until I saw Joker and him as Joker. And then
Absolutely.
I was like, fuck, this is a loss.
Was Tony Soprano a big one for you, Anthony? Yeah.
Big. Yeah.
James
Tony
Gandolfini.
Soprano and Anthony Bourdain. So for some reason, everybody named Anthony was a big hurt for me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. Who was Philip Seymour Hoffman was a big one out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Mm.
That sucked. Oh, what's his name out of nowhere too? From Die Hard and Harry Potter and what's his name? Help me out in the chat. British guy. Hello. I am the British guy. What the hell's his name? Bob Saget's a big one.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Saget. Bob Saget
What the
hurt.
hell is his name? Why am I blanking on
Oh
his name?
man, I just had a good
He was
one
in
and then I
Galaxy
lost
Quest
it.
with Tim Allen.
That's what she said.
Alan Rickman. Thank you. everybody.
Alan Rickman. That's it.
That sucked when he died. That was
Basketball guy.
Basketball guy.
What's his name? Hello.
Dennis Rodman.
No,
Michael
He's
Jordan.
Oh,
he's still alive.
Oh, I forgot the game we were playing.
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
When I told my husband that, he was like, "There's no way. There's no way." And I'm like, "He's gone."
Kobe Bryant dying was the thing that set 2020 off. Like,
Yes.
something's not right
Yeah.
here.
It was
Yep.
like right at the beginning of January, and we were like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit!"
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, what is going on? This is weird. And then I remember, like, when COVID started, people were like, well, Kobe died. So this is obviously, like, this is just part of whatever
Yeah.
sort of death spiral we're headed towards.
Right.
Yep.
2020, right?
You know who fucked me up really bad? Weirdly, Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah.
Really?
You know why? It was the first time, and I don't know if I'll experience this in a while, but it was the first time that my kid lost somebody that meant something
Aw.
to him. Like, obviously, he probably still
Yeah.
has no idea that he's dead. Like, in the new movie's coming out and he's not in it. So if he asks, we'll have to tell him. But when he died, my kid was so into fucking Black Panther that made me sad for him.
Aw.
That was a big
Aw.
one. That was
You
terrible.
have
'cause
feelings, Anthony? That's
the
nice.
That's why I think it meant so much. I'm like, what is this emanating from my eyes?
It was a salty discharge. He was a good guy too. Just there's just genuine good guys.
Yeah.
He was one of them, and it sucked.
Do you know how good of a guy he was? He was dying of cancer for 5 years, and he shut the fuck up about it.
He didn't tell
He didn't say
anyone.
shit. Yeah.
Nope.
Like the last 2 weeks, he was like, oh, by the way, everybody, I got cancer. It's the end.
Yeah.
We were like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Out of nowhere too. Chris Cornell says Aaron in the chat. That was a big one.
Oh yeah. Betty
Princess
White.
Di.
Betty White.
Betty White, 99. That close.
Princess Di. That was one of those where we all remember where we were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, like, affected you. Like, Robin Williams is a good one. Heath Ledger, I get.
Oh, I was very, very upset about Patrick Swayze. I cried.
Swayze, I get to. Was it because of Dirty Dancing or
Yes.
what was Dirty Dancing?
Both
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Swayze meant a lot to women of
Mhm.
Janine's age.
Wicca. Yep.
Jeez. Definitely Williams. I was like, get out of here. It's one of those
Yeah.
stop.
I
it.
know. Yeah.
What messes you up more, the cancer ones or the suicide ones?
The cancer
mean,
ones.
The cancer ones are bad, but if there's any, the suicide ones are so sudden. They're out of nowhere. The cancer ones, at the very least, and it's always sad, but it's not a huge shock
Right.
because they're like, oh, they were sick for a long time.
Unless you didn't know.
Yes, that's true. Unless you didn't know.
It makes me sad when people with cancer kill themselves. That's the answer I was looking for.
That's something.
Willie Garnett, is that his name from Sex and the City? That guy.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was sad too.
They in the chat, Christopher Reeves, David Bowie. Yeah. Well, Christopher Reeves had,
I felt Christopher
Reeves
Reeves.
was
That's our Superman.
Amy Winehouse. Yep.
I was in the
Lots of them.
Bahamas when I found that out, and they started playing her songs over the bar I was in. So then, of course, I started singing, "No, no, no." 'Cause I was a little drunk.
Get out.
Guy would take me go to rehab. I said, "Oh no, no, no."
Where was this, when you were on Epstein's Island?
Yeah, I
Oh,
wish.
boy. No, you don't. Stop saying that.
Oh, by the way, my uncle let me know, and we probably should have made this a story, but they're doing a documentary on her now. The way Netflix did Epstein. There's going to be a Ghislaine documentary. So
Ooh.
Great.
be curious
Yeah.
to see if anything new comes
If
out of
that
that.
guy doesn't end up dead.
Prince is another one. Kate Spade, right?
Prince and somebody else said Tom Petty before. Prince and Tom Petty way too close to each other, and both fentanyl.
Michael Clark Duncan.
That was
sucked.
sad.
That was sad.
By the way, that fentanyl thing, did you see? Oh, what the fuck was it? Hold on, let me find this. There was a company that made opioids, and they just lost the lawsuit. They got to pay up, and like all the opioid companies that got rich have been having to pay up lately. This latest one is paying something crazy like, oh, here you go, Teva to pay New York $500 million for role in opioid crisis. Could you imagine how much money that fucking company made that their penalty is $500 million?
Damn.
And none of that's not filled with, oh, and the company is going under, or no, they'll just cut their $500 million check and move on with life.
$500 million.
That is fucking crazy and absurd.
Paul
This
with the super
opioid
chat,
thing.
Selena, that was a big one.
Yeah. Oh, here, CVS and Walgreens near $10 billion deal to settle opioid cases.
$10
The
billion.
dual agreements would resolve thousands of lawsuits over the retailer's role in the addiction crisis. $10 billion. Wait, CVS, Walmart, Walgreens, $13.8 billion between the three of them.
Damn.
Is that not fucking crazy?
And they have it too.
That is crazy.
And they have it. And all this time, people were just fucking dying, and they're like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, right.
And, think of all the people that fucking died.
That's also another Netflix series on Hulu about Big Pharma and was it Xanax is that what they kept giving out, or just
No, not Xanax. That's not one of them.
Or just painkillers, right?
Yeah, the painkillers.
That was another good one. There's a lot of good ones. In fact, I gotta go watch them right now.
It's time to end the show. That is it for us. Paul said Selena. That was a death that I felt really hard. Only until I saw the movie. I don't know. I was like, fuck, I can't believe we lost Selena. I had no idea who she was.
Yeah, no, that was.
Wow.
I think I was a little young for that. I don't know if I didn't know her music.
Well, I mean, unless you were like in Texas, she wasn't like a global or national artist at the time. She was popular, getting there, but wasn't that big.
That's terrible though.
I don't know if we would have J-Lo if it wasn't for Selena. Fucking, that was her first role where people were like, shit, this one's good.
Right.
All right, that's it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. Appreciate that. All the shares, the likes, the follows, the subscriptions, all the other things.
Hanging on to the end. Get your Jumpstart coffee, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, order Jumpstart. Link in the description below. We appreciate those guys. That's what I'm going to do right now is get a big fucking pot of Jumpstart and throw it down my face.
Good stuff.
Can't wait. All right, that is it. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Sure. What's Tuesday again?
Election night, baby. Midterms.
Okay. Go vote. MAGA 2024.
Maybe we should go now.